Peace. Y'all buckle up. This gonna be a good one. Y'all know whenever I start walking, it's a good one. So check it out. I just got out the shower, did my workout. I'm all husky and shit. Feeling good. Shea butter on deck. Glowing. Took the trifecta earlier. Glowing, right? So check this shit out here. Y'all ready? I was watching a video just now, and it was from some guys who record at my man H facility in Atlanta. That's Live Hip Hop Daily, right? And it was some gentlemen having a discussion about music. And the topic was, who's the better group? I seen a whole bunch of bullshit today. But the topic was, who's the better group? Mobb Deep or Outkast? I think I might have seen this comparison before. I don't know. I'm almost positive I've seen a Outkast Wu-Tang comparison somewhere. But this time it was Mobb Deep versus Outkast. And these guys, based on their dialect, I'm assuming that these niggas are from Atlanta, because I know for a fact Live Hip Hop Daily is in Atlanta. Shout out to my man H from Live Hip Hop Daily. But listen, right? Boom. They was comparing Mobb Deep versus Outkast, and out of all of the bizarre shit to say in the world, this nigga, who was a nigga, looked just like me, said that Andre 3000 is better than Prodigy, and what he used to support this claim was, he said that, hey, all right, he said that Eminem said it. Oh, that just fucked me all up. Out of all of the things he said to support it, he said, yeah, because Eminem said such and such and such and such, so yeah, Andre's better because Eminem said it. I'm saying to myself, why the fuck did that make the statement credible? Why did you even use that? Because number one, in my opinion, Andre and Prodigy is both better than Eminem. Eminem don't govern shit. Eminem don't have no say-so in nothing. Like, Eminem needs to worry about if he ever has a place in music. Like, we're out, that spell is broken. He's nobody's favorite. Well, he's probably somebody's favorite, but our listening ear, the people who love and appreciate groups like Mobb Deep or Outkast, Eminem is irrelevant in those circles. So, boom, right? Listen. He compared Outkast and he compared Prodigy versus Andre 3000. I'm not taking nothing away from Andre 3000. And before I get into this, I have to lay down my credentials. I grew up right across the street in my teenage years, right across the street from a record store called Sundance. Sundance was owned by an older gentleman named Larry. Larry was from Atlanta. So when he opened up Sundance, he brought all of that shit with him. When you came in there, you seen all of that shit. Ghetto Mafia, Pastor Troy, Outkast, of course, all of the Southern shit. You know what I'm saying? 8Ball and MJG, Suave House. And that's how I was somewhat exposed to a lot of that shit. Not just because of his music store, not because of his record store, but because back then when you went into record stores, they had so many CDs available and so many illustrations. We would just look at a CD cover and say, yo, this some fly shit. That the cover art did wonders for a lot of artists. I listened to South Circle. I listen to Tila. I'm laying out my credentials, my listening ear for y'all, so y'all know I'm not biased in terms of music. If you watch my platform, you know I interview niggas from the Bay Area. I appreciate their music. Mac Mall, Yuck Mouth, 3 Times Crazy, The Mechanics, all of that. I got a unbiased ear, right? So boom, he compared Andre 3000 to Prodigy. This is well known that at a point in time, briefly, Prodigy was probably one of the best, if not the best, for a period of time, rappers coming out of New York. Over Nas for a brief period of time. Around the time the HNIC was out, Prodigy wore the crown briefly. You can argue this, that's cool, I don't have no problem with it. But Prodigy has went through it with Jay-Z. He's went through it with Tupac. He's seasoned. He's rolled up his sleeves and he had it out with giants. His song Quiet Storm, flawless. That's him by himself, by the way. Flawless. Andre 3000 don't even have a solo album to my knowledge. Now y'all probably gonna say, well, The Love Below and that was his solo. If that's what you want to say, cool. You can't compare Prodigy and Andre 3000 as solo artists. You can't. And the Outkast and Mobb Deep comparison, I'm not saying that Mobb Deep is better because I'm from the East Coast. I'm not saying that, right? But I'm about to drop something on y'all that is truth. People from the South are extremely prejudiced when it comes to music. People from the South don't listen to music from other places. They don't. People from the South do not listen to Mobb Deep. They don't listen to Nature. They don't listen to Big L. They don't listen to Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? They don't listen to the Diplomat. I started Gully TV down there in the summer of 2005. Went down. They wasn't listening to Papoose. They wasn't listening to the Diplomats. I had a shirt with a Dipset Eagle on it. I went to this skating ring. Nobody knew what the fuck it was, but one person said something to me. You dig? And the Dips was popping at the time like a motherfucker, right? People from the South do not listen and appreciate music from other places. It's almost like they have a prejudiced ear. And when them niggas said that on that platform, I'm like, I'm not surprised that y'all saying this, that Outkast is better. I'm not surprised because y'all from the South and y'all from Atlanta. So y'all, of course, are going to pick them. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at the track records, music is Outkast really better than Mobb Deep? Is Andre 3000 really better than Prodigy? Seriously. And the same could be said about New York. New York people don't listen to a lot of Southern music, but I feel that New York don't listen to it. No, New York don't know nothing about South Circle. They don't know nothing about Big Mike. They don't know nothing about Ghetto Mafia. None of that. They don't know nothing about SIBO. They don't know nothing about Spice One too much. Like New York and Atlanta, they're similar in terms of being prejudiced when it comes to music. But Atlanta, they are way more. It borderlines hatred. It borderlines hatred. When the comparisons come through, I follow Big Gip from the Dungeon Family on Instagram. He followed me. Me and him have had discussions in the DM. And I'm listening to things that he said. Yeah, I'm talking about you right now, Gip. I'm listening to things that he said. And some of the stuff that he said, he kind of had, I believe he had his own reasoning for it. And he had the shit that he was saying about Jay-Z, it was extremely venomous. It was extremely venomous. Gip don't like Jay-Z. I don't know if he like anybody from the East Coast. And if y'all listen to his interviews, just listen to what he says in a lot of his interviews. You can hear the anti-East Coast, anti-New York venom coming out of him, right? And that's how I took it. I'm just listening to the shit that he's saying. And he said something about, I think Jay-Z is responsible for turning rap into some big materialistic shit or something like that. It's something like that. It's still in my DM. But I'm listening to him, and this is how he feel. He has the credentials to critique because of the track record and the accomplishments of the Goody Mob and of the Dungeon Family. So, I was not in the position to question his opinion, but just the acrimonious disposition of what he was saying, I'm like, he don't like New York, or he don't like East Coast music, all like that. Now, he might have some acquaintances, but we ain't with it. But getting back to this podcast that made this comparison, they do not listen to this guy that said this shit about Andre and Prodigy. And it was a collective. It was like four of them, but one guy specifically was making most of the damaging statements, in my opinion. In terms of Prodigy and Andre 3000, some of the greatest have gave Andre his roses. They have, and I remember a quote from Andre in one of the magazines when he said, like, I might not do this and this and that, but I could write a verse that'll blow you out of this world or something like that. And he says some thought-provoking shit. He can go. I think 16 Ain't Enough with Rick Ross. He got off. He's done some shit. But he don't have a solo offering like HNIC. And this is what I'm saying to support he's not better than Prodigy. He's not. Andre is a person that whenever there's a comparison between artists, they elect him. But I don't think Andre had a bigger impact on music on Georgia than Young Jeezy. I think that Young Jeezy had more impact. I think Young Jeezy was a bigger deal than Andre, but people don't mention Jeezy. They always mention Andre 3000 for whatever reason. And I'm getting back to the point of Atlanta has extreme prejudice when it comes to music. They don't really listen to music past the Mason-Dixon line. They don't. And Texas could be... every region got their favorites. And why Outkast wasn't compared to another Southern group like UGK, they from the South, why they weren't compared to another Southern group like 8 Ball and MJG, they weren't compared to another Southern group. They was compared to a group from New York City. And this is where the whole prejudice energy comes into play. They want to be better than, they want them to be better than heavyweights from New York. You know what I'm saying? They want them to be better than heavyweights from New York. And I love Outkast. I've interviewed Sleepy Brown from the Dungeon Family. I can recite over and over. I can recite music from Outkast, Players Ball, Ain't No Thing But a Chicken Wing, Skew It on the Barbie with fucking Raekwon, So Fresh and So Clean. They got hits. They got no holes in their story. You know what I'm saying? They have no holes in their story. And another thing that I don't understand is why when Outkast is mentioned, they don't mention Big Boy. It's like Big Boy is a non-factor in it. And Big Boy is a fly motherfucker. He spits some fly shit. He says some real slick shit. And he's a very integral part of the Outkast recipe. But they don't never mention him. They give him no credit. They give Big Boy no props. They don't. But I'm an unbiased ear. Look at my platform and look at all of the people I've interviewed from all over the map. Listen to the things that I've said on this platform about people like 3 Times Crazy or South Circle. South Circle. Just listen to what I'm saying. I'm unbiased in terms of music. Lords of the Underground from New Jersey. I can go all over the map. And my platform will support this. My listening ear is unbiased. But the Andre 3000 Prodigy comparison, it can be subjective. It can be based on a person's opinion. But does Andre 3000 have the solo credentials to compare with somebody like Prodigy from Mobb Deep? I'm not even going to go into the Mobb Deep is better than Outkast, because they both great. They both influential. They giants when it comes to this hip-hop shit. And I love Outkast and I love Mobb Deep. But that discussion and what the guy said, it just fucked me all up. That he said is because Eminem said it. Y'all need to stop that shit completely. Y'all need to please stop that. Leave him out of our affairs. Leave him out of our discussions. The shit that he does is different. It's different. Some people like that shit. Some people don't. I'm not anti-Eminem. I'm anti when it comes to half truths. When people try to put him in the top 5, it's impossible. It's fucking impossible. He can't even go in the top 10. It's impossible. He probably ain't in the top 15. It's impossible. It's impossible. For real. And you gonna have people that say, well, Eminem's the GOAT, and he's this and he's that, man. And that's you got that. You dig? But we know the truth. We know the truth. We know we don't listen to that bullshit. We know we don't listen to that bullshit. We never really listen to that bullshit. He got some songs. Stan is one of them. It's flawless. I love the song. He got busy on Renegade with Jay-Z. We have to eliminate this whole theory that Nas started about Eminem killing Hov on his own track. He did not kill Jay-Z on Renegade. He did not. Under no circumstances did he. He got off. Why did he get off? It was the biggest rap opportunity of his life. If you go back in time and look at who Eminem had collaborated with when he got on Renegade with Jay-Z, that was the biggest moment of his career. If he ever had any reason to turn into the rap god, it was on that song. Yes, he got off, but no, he's not. His opinion, him saying that Andre is this and that, that's non-valid. That's non-valid. That's 100% non-valid. Anyway, y'all go in these comments. Y'all gonna show y'all ass. That's cool with me. But when I take these walks, I be venting. I be telling you exactly what's on my mind. Prodigy and Andre 3000, both great in their own right. I feel that Prodigy's better as a solo artist. He did more than Andre. But the whole Eminem said so shit, y'all need to kill that shit. And the biased ear from Atlanta, from people from the South, that's real. And it don't apply to all of them. You got some people from the South who appreciate music from the Northeast, music from New York City. You know what I'm saying? You got people from the South that appreciate music from Philadelphia, music from New Jersey. But you'll hear a bunch of crazy shit. Another crazy-ass debate I seen on Instagram right before I got on here. A nigga from Philly was comparing Major Figures versus the Wu-Tang Clan. And he was dead serious. He was dead serious. But me being around Philadelphia guys most of my life, that was a representation of the Philadelphia opinion. That's just how they carry it. They're not gonna stand down. I seen Dr. Umar Johnson say on his platform with a straight face that Rasheed Wallace was better than Charles Barkley. We know that that's not the truth. The numbers show that Charles Barkley was better than Rasheed Wallace. I don't think Rasheed ever got an MVP in the NBA, nothing like that. So that's dead. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications. Go to my website, therealdribble.com. Get you some of that trifecta, man, so you can glow. Look at my skin. I'm feeling all energetic. Circulation is at an all-time high. Make sure y'all exercising. Follow me on Instagram at IamGullyTV_. And you want to check me out, go to my personal page, Dribble Almighty. Peace.